Time for Mark Meets, in which I speak to the biggest names in the world of politics, showbiz and beyond. Tonight, acting legend Vicki Michelle, known for her countless TV roles, such as Patricia Foster in Emmerdale, and perhaps most memorably as Yvette Carte Blanche in the classic BBC TV comedy series Allo Allo. She starred in the 14th series of I'm a Celebrity and over the years has worked with the likes of Joan Collins, Dudley Moore, Les Dawson, Kenny Everett, Ronnie Corbett and many others. The list goes on. Mark Dolan. She's also a very successful entrepreneur and film producer, and in 2010 she was awarded the MBE for her services to charity. She's currently just off the back of a stint in EastEnders as Jo Cotton, where once again she won the hearts of millions of viewers. Vicki Michelle MBE, welcome to Mark Dolan tonight.
Well, it's lovely to be here, Mark.
Tell me about that award, the Gong. Who actually gave it to you, the MBE?
Well, it was, of course, the Queen.
And no deputies?
No. As much as I love Charlie, I really wanted the Queen to give it to me, and she did, and she was amazing.
Yes.
I had a little chat with her.
This was in 2010?
Yes, it was.
So she enjoyed better health then?
Oh, yes.
So
she stood for hours.
Right.
Hours, seeing all these people. She was amazing.
And what was it like to just be in her presence and seeing her face to face, especially for that moment as an equal?
I was in awe. When you look back at the photos and I'm looking up at her and I'm just like going, oh my God, I can't believe it's the Queen. And yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful occasion. My mum was there at the time.
So I think it's often the case with knighthoods, MBE, OBE. It's as much for the family and friends as it is for you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, but it was such a great honour. And I was determined to talk to her. So I did.
There's a surprise. So did you indulge in any Allo Allo style innuendo, or what did you say?
I actually said, I hear the Queen Mum is a big fan of Allo Allo, and she said, yes, and I went, and I said, Mum, and at that time, I think I was doing a Ray Cooney play over the road to Windsor.
Was that Run for Your Wife?
No, it was.
Because he's written a few.
It was about London, you know, the East End of London.
I remember that one as well.
And I said, Mum, because she's patron of the theatre, I said, if you'd like to pop over. She said, yes.
Well, that's it. You managed to get some banter out of the late, great Queen Elizabeth. You'd had a long career before Allo Allo, but was that the part that changed your life?
Yes, I think I was known within the industry because I'd worked with all the legends. I mean, I started off doing things like Softly Softly, Minder, Professionals.
Working with George Cole in Minder, what a genius.
What a genius. And a gorgeous man.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and I love people that are geniuses, plus they're lovely in real life.
And George Cole, very different to the actor he played. Very different to the role he played as Arthur Daly.
Yes, just a normal, quiet and
quite well spoken.
Quite well spoken, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And so I did that. Then I worked with the comedians. I think I worked with Ken Dodd, Les Dawson, Ken Dodd, two Ronnies saw me with Cannon and Ball, and the Ronnies and yes, Little and Large, all of them.
Tell me about.
And then that set me on the road to getting the comedy part.
So that's how you. What about the two Ronnies, Ronnie Corbett, Ronnie Barker? We won't see the likes of them again, will we?
No, I think it would be lovely if we could, but they were just wonderful. Wonderful to work with, geniuses, just knew how to make people laugh. And I learnt a lot, because when I was working with them, you watch what they do.
And what did you learn from the likes of the two Ronnies?
I think timing. I think that I've probably always had an inherent timing, because everyone used to say, your timing's really good, Vicki, and I didn't even know what it was at the time. But you're learning it from all the people you've worked with. You know, when they're taking their pause for the laugh or whatever. And so I learnt a lot from them. And
discipline, rehearsals, preparation, that kind of thing. I mean, the likes of Ronnie Barker, he was quite the perfectionist, I'm told.
Yes, he was, but he was just always lovely to me. But he wanted it just right. Yes, he was a perfectionist.
Tell me about working on Allo Allo. I think it was roughly 85 episodes, which is almost unprecedented for a British sitcom. When you started the series, did you know you were part of something special?
I think when I read the script, we were given the script before we went in to read for the part, and you were laughing out loud at the script. And this was the pilot. And you just went, oh, this is good. And then when they decided to do it, which took forever, I mean, it was about a year and a half before they decided to go ahead with it, because it was about the war and everything. But Sir Michael Graves said, no, I want to do it. And then I got the part of Yvette. I read for Michelle and Yvette.
Is that right?
And I got the part of Yvette. And the rest was history. It was just a funny, laugh-out-loud show. Brilliant writers. You know, David Croft and Jeremy Lloyd. You couldn't get better.
An amazing formula they had, so prolific as well. The series was very consistent, all held together by the legend that was Gordon Kay.
Yes. Yeah.
Your squeeze on the show.
My squeeze. The most unlikely sex symbol.
So that was an important relationship, I suppose, the chemistry you two had.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and I think... but it was with the whole cast was important.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think that David said at one time, David Croft said, usually there's 2 or 3 characters that will, you know, jump off the screen and they'll be the main stars. Yeah. But actually, we had about 14 characters and they were all main stars.
The Nazi character, Hair Flick,
Helga.
And then the Geoffrey Holland as the French policeman.
No, not Geoffrey Holland. No. Arthur Bostrom.
Moaning, Arthur Bostrom. I've got to get this right.
But Geoffrey Holland's fabulous as well.
He's great as well. I know, part of that wonderful stable of comedy actors from that era. Would you get away with the humour like the humour from Hello Hello now? Because it was cheeky, wasn't it?
It was cheeky.
A bit sexy.
Yes, a bit sexy. A schoolboy humour.
Yeah.
You know, it just made you laugh out loud. And it would be sad if we couldn't. I think that people are so worried about what they say nowadays is that we've lost our sense of humour. And I think that's why when they repeat Hello Hello now on Yesterday or Drama, that everyone tunes in.
Can't get enough of it.
You can't get enough of it because we need to laugh. We need those sort of humorous shows back again.
Tell me about your time in the jungle. You were alongside Michael Burke and Edwina Currie, who's a regular on this show. Tell me about Edwina.
Well, when I found out Edwina was going on, I thought, we're not going to get on. But she was amazing. We got on so well. And she's really flirty. She was flirty. She is.
And she's very practical and down to earth, isn't she? She's no nonsense.
No. And also she did all of her trials. You know, she just went, no, I'm going to do it. And she was very honest. And when I disagreed with her on a couple of things, she said, no, but you're quite entitled. It wasn't like she tried to batter me to say, no, this isn't right. You should think like this. She just listened. And
what about you and the creepy crawlies and your brilliant Bush Tucker trials? You were heroic.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, I think that because you're doing it for someone else, that you've got the whole team to...
Because you've got to feed them, right?
You've got to feed them. And so you have a different aspect, so you're working as a team. And I think that that's what comes into play. So you sort of blot out the fact.
But did you miss having a script, having gags, having producers, having an editor? You know, this is
on I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, this is reality TV, no character to hide behind. Was that hard for you?
No, because I'm just me, you know, and I think that... And also, you know, when you're touring, I've done loads of touring theatre, and you're on the road with loads of actors. Well, this was like the same. I'm living with all of these sort of some actors, some not. So it didn't really bother me, and I think that people got upset about not eating. And I thought, well, you'd pay thousands for this diet.
That's exactly right. Just think of the weight loss.
Exactly.
Definitely. And the check at the end of it. So no regrets going into the jungle.
No.
And then you have more recently gone into the Square, Albert Square.
Yes.
Juggernaut of a show, EastEnders.
Yeah, fabulous. Yeah.
How different is working on a show like that to recording a sitcom?
Well, when we recorded the sitcom, we had like a week, like 5 days rehearsal, and then we'd go into the studio with a live audience. And then now we're doing EastEnders. It's like they give you the script, you run it a couple of times with the actors, and then they record it, and that's it. So it was quite daunting when I first started doing it. But
you've got to know your lines, and you've got to be ready to...
You've got to be ready. But I mean, but if you fluff them, they go back over it. But everyone did. I mean, Brian fluffed his, and Jilly.
Did your sitcom training help you in EastEnders?
I think just training as an actress and having done loads of plays and theatre and, you know, I've been in the business over 50 years, so I think I'm quite good at it now.
That's an understatement. You made a splash in the Square. Any chance of a return?
Well, I'm hoping, because
People love the character.
She was such a good character. Yeah. I mean, it was like, you mug.
Just a different Vicki again, wasn't
different
it?
Vicki
New
again.
incarnation.
It was, but it was such fun, and she's a really strong character, and there's lots of places she can go. So I do hope they bring her back.